I greet you from South Africa, from KwaZulu-Natal, and from our farm, Shalom. That's the name of our farm. So we say Shalom to you all in the Knesset. It gives me great pleasure. I'm honored to be able to share just a couple of minutes with you. I'm so sorry I cannot be there personally. Thank you for the kind invitation, but you know my heart is in Israel. I've been going to Israel since 2003, on average twice a year, so I know that place so well. I want to particularly greet President Revlin. Thank you, sir, for endorsing the Jerusalem prayer breakfast. I also want to acknowledge the Knesset and thank you very much for what you're doing for the people of Israel and the people of the world. We as believers in South Africa are standing with you. I want you to remember that, please. We are standing with you today. I want to thank God for the director of the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, Mr. Albert Wexler. Albert, it's such an honor again to be here with you. I'm so sorry I can't be with you in the flesh. I also want to acknowledge and honor the two co-chairs, Robert Ilotov and Michelle Bachman. God bless you both for what you're doing, not only in Israel, but right around the world. We are aware of what you are going through at the moment in Israel, the land of milk and honey. And we want to tell you we are praying for you. We are praying for stability in the government. That is really our prayer, our heart prayer, that the parties in the government will stand together in this time of great testing when it appears that the whole world is against you. But I want to tell you that the most powerful thing there is the power of prayer. And we are a praying people here in South Africa, and we are praying for all the peoples in Israel, that you will stand, because the battle is the Lord's. Just stand. If we look at in the Gospel of James chapter 5 and verse 16, our Bible tells us that the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man or woman avails much. And that is exactly what we are doing for you at this moment. Not just me and my wife and my family, but all the believers in South Africa are praying for Israel at this time. I also want to tell you, do not think that you stand alone. You do not stand alone. You stand with many, many others. That scripture in 2 Kings, the second book of Kings, chapter 6 and verse 16, says this. So he answered, do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray, open his eyes, open the servant's eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. And that is what I believe is happening in Israel at this very moment. Open your spiritual eyes, because if God is for you, there is no man that will ever stand against you. And we find that in Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. So God bless you richly, and by the grace of God, I will be there in the flesh as soon as the door opens, and this COVID-19 and all the rest of this stuff is put to rest, and we'll come to that holy city, Jerusalem, which is the most famous and the most dignified and the most glorious city on the face of the earth. And I love you, and from me and my family and the people of South Africa, we say stand together, because in stability, God will make his presence known not only to Israel, but to the whole world. God bless you, and goodbye.